have a couple who spent over $200,000, guys.
Oh my God.
That's right, $200,000 over asking price. They got caught up in the FOMO, and now they're asking, how do I get myself out of this situation? Now, this is an important discussion, guys, because there was a point where people were saying,
Orlando, 200,000, 100,000, no one's overpaying that much on a home.
and I would say, yeah, there are people paying over $100,000 for an overpriced home. And this knocks home the motto I've been saying on this channel the entire time. Do not overpay. This is a great example of a twist and turn story of a couple getting caught up in the hype of buying a home and overpaying for a home. So let's jump into it. My name is Orlando and welcome to the channel. Guys, you have to watch and listen to this story. It says, my wife and I live an average life in the Bay Area making $320K. Last year, we bought a house for $200K over asking. Now we don't want to live in it. Should we get professional help? I'm gonna go with yes. Now, you know, a lot of people are having these type of issues. Individuals who overpaid for homes, and now that prices are getting back to reality, they're seeing negative equity. And now people are starting having the thought process, and they're kind of coming to their senses and saying,
why did I buy this overpriced home again? I know we want to live in this great area, but was it worth $200,000 over asking? Did we really just spend all of our life savings on an overpriced home?
Those are the questions that we're starting to see people have now. And true, everybody has mistakes. Everyone can get caught up in the FOMO, the fear of missing out, and thinking that you have to compete. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to compete when it costs you your life savings. You don't have to compete when you have to overpay for housing. You should not do that. It is not financially in your best interest to do that. I was a victim of FOMO during the housing market craziness and bought a house for $200,000 over asking. Now housing prices are coming back to reality. I feel like I lost my hard-earned money. Now I know a lot of you guys don't really think FOMO is a real thing, but it is. It is a really big thing. It drives a lot of things. If you've looked at all of the big financial things that have been happening from the past year, crypto,
of Shiba Inu with colorful comments written in broken English around it.
The FTX,
with billions of dollars of other people's money.
Whoop, whoop. Housing market, everything financial has been really run by FOMO, by individuals thinking that they're going to miss out on an opportunity to make money. And so with that being said, people have been making bad decisions and not thinking things through and end up making a choice that makes them lose a lot of money. And the housing market is no different. And we see this individual and this couple saying exactly what caused them to lose the money, and that's the fear of missing out. I don't know what to do as I'm living with constant stress thinking that I made a big financial mistake, and I'm not sure if I should consult with a financial advisor for better decision making for long-term investment planning. And here is the answer to that. You should do that probably from the very beginning if you were going to make that big of a purchase and you did not understand the landscaping. Now, I know a lot of you will say, well, that's what a realtor's for, but we have learned very, 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 very clearly that realtors aren't in your best interest when it comes to deciding if this home is for you or not, if this home will lose value, if this home is a home that you should buy. They are going to lean more towards, especially with the landscape that we had. This is not all realtors, guys. These are not all real estate agents. We can't put a blanket, but there were a bunch of bad actors in this housing cycle that we're currently in, where everything got ran up.
It's free real estate.
So I would say, guys, you have to figure out and look at the numbers, because this is my thing. The numbers don't lie. You know, 2 + 2 is 4. It's not 5.
Quick math.
If you add up the numbers and the numbers make sense, I'm talking about longevity wise for you and your family, then it's kind of hard to fight that. But a lot of times people will go ahead and make these decisions believing and predicting that the numbers will rise and hope and pray that it will get there.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
And we see now that that didn't pan out for most people. My wife and I are in our 30s and working in the Bay Area and making $320,000 combined yearly. We live an average life and watch every dollar that we spend, and we bought our first condo in an average neighborhood back in 2016 as we didn't have any kids at the time, and we wanted to stay close to our job location since we both had to go to the office pretty much every day. Now, this is one of those situations where we talked about this, guys, is that individuals believing in the remote working, not understanding that remote work can fizzle away.
Quit your surfing. Back to work, fool.
Now, in this situation, they did say they chose the condo based on them having to go into work. And that was back in 2016. I'm kind of curious to know exactly what their thought process was when they purchased this new house. And then the combined amount of money that they're making, $320,000, is a hefty sum, guys.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
We talk about this, about buying a home in that California area. A minimum you have to be making is $200,000 to $250,000, and both of them combined is $320,000, which gives them enough room to buy a home that will work for them. And they decided to go with a condo. Once again, condos are, I try to really steer people away from condos. I really do, because they go up and they go up really fast and then they shoot down in a bottoming market really fast, guys. In 2021, we had a child and start thinking we needed more space. We wanted a good, safe neighborhood with good schools, good work-life balance, and a hybrid work options. See? That's what I was talking about, that remote work talk, right? I knew it was gonna come up. And it says, and then we started to look at a place with these needs in mind, knowing that the housing market was crazy and we would need to go over asking price. So they went into this scenario already knowing that they were gonna have to overpay. Mistake number one. They already had in their mindset, I'm going to overpay for this property, and I'm going to overpay for it, knowing and willingly knowing that this crazy, crazy housing market is ridiculous.
You're not very bright, are you?
That was their mindset. And when you go into a bidding process knowing that you're going to overpay for a home, it's a recipe for disaster, guys. We found a house, a nice neighborhood with schools, however, very far from our job location and not big as we wanted. And we put in an offer, $200,000 over asking. We were disappointed as our prior few offers were not selected. If you watch my old videos, guys, I was talking about the mindset of you putting in bids. And when you get into this eBay auction mindset, you want to win because you lost.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
We closed the deal in March 2022 and went on vacation because we really wanted to recharge. I could comment on that, but I don't know their situation. Maybe they went on vacation, they had the money to go to vacation, but I would kind of go against that. If you just told me that you overspent $200,000 to spend another $5,000 on a vacation, seems very counterproductive to you saving money or trying to keep the money in your pocket. But let's continue on. After coming back from vacation, we didn't end up relocating to the new house because I wasn't sure I was able to go that far from my job's location and from our current friend circle. What? Are we serious? Like before, I was reading all of this, guys, and I was just like, okay, he made a mistake, but you just didn't put on the blindfold and go, bop, there, right there. You didn't do that. You knew exactly where you were. You knew that it was a crazy housing market and you overpaid $200,000. Then you went on vacation, even though you knew you overspent to spend more money. And then now you're saying, I'm not going to move into the house because of something that you already knew?
So it doesn't make sense.
Make it make sense, guys. This is the reason why. It's super important to know your goals and know exactly what you want. For this couple to even fathom to make this horrible, bad decision that they made, and then to only turn around and say,
Nah, we're not gonna do it because we can't leave our friends.
We decided to continue to stay in our condo we bought in 2016. But I thought you were moving because you had kids and you needed more space. So now you realize being in the right location, being around your village, you're okay with the small space even though you need more space.
Hold up.
So you could have saved yourself $200,000 from the get-go. You let the FOMO eat at you. You let the FOMO make decisions for you.
How much you want to bet?
We rented out the house we bought this year. Let's just say he rented that out. Hopefully he didn't buy that under, a low mortgage program, because that would be against the mortgage rules of renting it out so fast. Maybe he paid enough equity to where that's not a concern, but you have to be extremely cautious of that, guys. Monthly mortgage is $4,450 inclusive of everything. However, we're only getting $3,250 in rent. I feel like I made a very bad decision and I'm doubting my skills to manage finances and investments effectively. What should I do? Guys, I've been reading these stories and you're getting my live reaction. I was reading and I was down with it until I realized he made the foolish decision to go ahead and decide not to move his family into the new home that he overspent $200,000 over because of your friend circle. This is what I want you to take a look at. The monthly mortgage is $4,450 and then the rent is $3,250. So he's losing $1,200 every month, guys. And that doesn't even include, guys, expenses. It's probably less than that. He's probably making a total of $600, $500 every month on this property, and then he has to pay his own mortgage at the condo, right? He's still paying that. So what is the lesson in here? The lesson is, don't get caught up in FOMO, guys. Don't be this guy and do not overpay. That is the lesson here. Do not overpay. Don't pay $200,000 over asking. If you have to pay $200,000 over asking, guys, just think about the amount of money you're gonna have to come up with. $200,000 over asking that you're gonna have to bring to the table. You can do so much with that. Do what's right for your family and follow the math, guys. Come on, like this is my biggest thing. Follow the math. If you follow the math, it will help you out so much. The emotions are running really high in the housing market and people are making the worst decisions that they possibly can make. And this is the reason why I make these videos, guys. It's to help you to cut through all the mess, right? And be able to see in between the lines and go,
Oh, I'm not making that decision. I'm not making this bad decision that will take away my life savings.
But once again, guys, you will not get all of your financial news, housing market updates, and how to get into your first rental property from watching this one video. I need you to watch this video too, and I guarantee you, you will get more information that you need. I will see you on the next one. Thanks.